under enough attack as it is. I mean, you've got this whole transgender 99 problems, 99 different fucking names for whatever. Look, simply put, you don't get to define how other people see you, how other people identify you. You can identify however you want. That is perfectly within your right. But you don't have within that same sphere of rights, you don't have the right to tell others how they must identify you. You don't. If you go out on a Friday night in a dress, but you have a beard, you may not want to... How should I put this? You may want to expect that perhaps someone will refer to you as a dude. Not because of your dress, but because of your beard. Now, that doesn't give anyone a right to be a dick to you. It doesn't give anyone a right to insult you or try to hurt you in any way. I'm completely against that. There's no reason for bullying. I'm not saying that transgenders shouldn't be accepted. They should be. They absolutely should be. But they should be accepted for whatever person they are. It's the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing. I don't care. You want to call Caitlyn Jenner a woman? I honestly don't give a shit. You want me to call her a woman? Perhaps for that conversation I would do so. But it's placation. It's not factually accurate. Now, I will not call Caitlyn Jenner Bruce Jenner because Bruce Jenner changed his name to Caitlyn Jenner. And he has every right to do that. He, she, whatever. I don't mean to be insulting at all when I say this. I'm just saying that you can change your name. That's fine. And you can be referred to by whatever name you want. That's a legitimate thing. But you can't say that I'm the Tooth Fairy and you must refer to me as the Tooth Fairy. Because, hey, fuck you. No. It's stupid. And you can't say that, well, these people agreed on this terms, odds, Z, Z's, whatever. No, I don't accept that either, because that's not how things work. You don't get to just come up with your term. No. And the fixation on people's sexuality is just asinine. It's just asinine. You know the only people who should be worried about your sexuality? You and whoever you are sharing yourself with sexually. That's it. Everybody else, it shouldn't matter. Because it doesn't matter. It's one of the least important aspects of a person. Because I have known some brilliant gay people, and I've known some dumbass gay people. Just like I've known some brilliant straight people, and I've known some dumbass straight people. I've only ever really known, I would say, one person who was trans. I don't even know what would be the correct, I don't know. I don't know what the correct pronoun or whatever would be. Because it never mattered. The dude's name was Ho. Or nickname was Ho, and it's because he was Vietnamese, so it's not like Ho as in Ho bag, it's Ho as in whatever. But I don't know. I mean, just cool enough guy who, you know, dressed like and behaved like a chick, you know. But I don't know. It never crossed my mind to purposely look for ways to insult him by calling him, hey, dude. It was just Ho. That was the name that Ho chose to be addressed by, so that's how I addressed him. So if you're looking for a reason to be a victim, fine. That's absolutely fine. You can use that reason, you can use that justification, you can try to find any excuse that you want for unhappiness or failure in life. But here is the bottom line. Yes, there are people who have had tough lives. There are people who have had it really hard, and it's really not any fault of their own. But that can only go so far. You know, at some point, you have to take responsibility for your own life. And sometimes you're going to make, you know, if you do that, you may still get screwed. You may make decisions with the best of intentions, and it doesn't work out well. I've been there, and I've seen it lots of times with lots of different people doing the best that they can, and somehow life still blows up in their face. But that doesn't mean that you stop trying, and it doesn't mean that you start scouring the earth for excuses or scouring the earth for people to blame because you feel bad about you. Objectively, I would say that anyone who feels that they have no value and no worth, anyone who feels like a piece of shit, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You have value. You have worth. You have something that is important to someone. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to do for this world. Because everyone is unique and everyone is special. And that sounds ridiculous because the argument is if everyone's special, no one is. Well, that's a bad argument. It's just not true. Because no one's ever going to have exactly your experiences or exactly your thoughts. That's just you. So for anyone who needs to blame someone for them feeling like shit about themselves, hey, I'm sorry. But how about try stepping outside of yourself and take an objective view? Because as someone who's dealt with depression all my life, and I've known a lot of people with depression, what I can tell you is this: it's really easy when you have low self-esteem, when you have depression, when you have emotional issues going on, to look at yourself and only see the bad, and then magnify the bad as big as you possibly can, while completely ignoring the good. It's really easy to do that. Because self-hatred, self-loathing, depression, these things run deep. And it's clear by the suicide rate that they run very deep in the trans community. Well, I don't know. I just think that if there's someone who made you feel that way, I'm sorry about that. I really, truly am. But you have to question whether or not it's you making you feel that way. Because there's no one that makes me feel shitty about myself when I'm depressed. Nobody. It's just me. It is my own personal playground, and I am the only target I need. And I know that that's true for most of the people that I have known who've had depression or bipolar disorder, a lot of things like that. It's self-loathing it's a shitty thing to deal with. But the best thing you can do is call yourself on your own bullshit. Find one good thing about yourself. One. Just one good thing. And here's a starting point. Do you legitimately want the best for people? Do you legitimately hope, honestly hope, that everyone does better, is nicer, is happier, is wealthier, is safer, is healthier? Because that is a very good place to start. And if you truly feel that, if you truly only want the best for people, then that's a pretty damn good thing. And that's something that you should take. You may not be able to take pride in it, but respect it, acknowledge it, recognize that that is a fundamental good. And it is beyond what a lot of people are capable of. And if you cannot relate to that, if that is not where you're at right now, should it be? Should it be something you shoot for? Because I think it should. I think that we should all try to do the best that we can for the people we love and the people we don't even know. Because at some point, they're going to intersect. So, to do the best for the people that you love and the people in your community, truly want to do the best for everyone else as well. Because it's all the same shit. Well, I'm coming up on, we're at 42 minutes. I'm going to touch on one other thing here, which is the Boy Scouts. I don't know if they're dropping the word boy from the moniker or what. But again, we're talking about we have to stop destroying the relationships between men and women. There's nothing wrong with the Boy Scouts. There's nothing wrong with the Girl Scouts. Perhaps they could use to be revamped, which over time everything needs to be. But having a separate organization dedicated to teaching boys to become men, and a separate organization dedicated to teaching girls to become women. And when I say this, I mean specifically adults and strong adults and caring. And these are things that we should all support. And men need male role models, and women need female role models. Because you should be comfortable with who and what you are. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with being trans or being anything else. The problem comes when you start demanding that other people change their view. You can demand if someone is behaving in a way that hurts others. You are fully justified in voicing your concerns and demanding that they stop in that behavior. But you are not allowed in a free society to demand that people put your rights above theirs. And you do not have a right in this nation to not be offended. Being offended is something that has happened to every person that I have ever met at one point or another. And sometimes it sucks and there's no reason for it. But other times it serves a very valuable purpose. Because if you're offended because you've done something shitty or something stupid or something embarrassing, yeah, it may sting once you see that, once it comes up. It may sting a bit, but it'll also allow you to begin to recognize your mistakes. Recognize where maybe you should watch what you say or watch what you do or be more conscious of how you behave, especially toward other people. So I don't know. I mean, Boy Scouts of America, if it's the